welcome back to my channel and welcome to another TBR video. This is the first TBR video I'm doing with my bookshelves set up completely behind me, and I feel like they look so good. If you haven't seen my library transformation video, make sure you go check that one out because it was so much fun to set these books up and I'm so obsessed with how they turned out. But moving on, let's jump into our March TBR. I am going to stick to doing 5 books and 5 prompts because it is the last week of February and I'm still working on completing my February TBR. So I think 5 for like my TBR is definitely my threshold for now. Also, it has been warming up here and like the sun has been out consistently. So last month I didn't want to choose any of these like more summer romances, but I think since we're going into March, we're going into spring. I think if the prompt allows, I'm gonna allow myself to choose from this section as well. And maybe we can get a little kickstart on some spring summer reads. So let's go ahead and pull for our first prompt. A book set on an island. I feel like I've had this prompt before, but I think I actually have a book in mind for this very specific prompt because that's a very specific prompt, a book set on an island, but I think I have the perfect book in mind. Okay, the book that I had in mind for that prompt is One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. The back says, "One cottage, 2 strangers, the start of a great love story." That sounds so good, and the cover is so cute. It also, on the back, mentions that it's her 30th birthday alone. I've really been loving main characters that are a little older, so I am very excited for this one. It also doesn't look too summery, but it also is kind of that like perfect bridge between winter to summer or winter to spring. So I am so excited for this one. It's also not even that long. It's like 340 pages. I cannot wait to read this one. Let's go ahead and move on to the second prompt. A book under 250 pages. Love that. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with a classic because I think those are the only books that I really have that are under 200 pages. So let's see what classics I have. Okay, so I actually only have 3 books that are under 250 pages, 2 of which are a Virginia Woolf novel, and then you have a Jean-Paul Sartre novel. It's more of like a philosophical essay. This one is honestly like 90 pages. I just don't think I'm in the mood for this right now. I have to be in a very specific mood to want to read like philosophical novels, although I do want to get to this at some point because I love this author and the way that he writes. I am just not in the mood for it right now. So our 2 options for this prompt are really just To the Lighthouse and Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I've honestly heard really good things about both of these books, so I'm not too sure which one I want to pick. I'm gonna read the back of both of these real quick and then I will make a decision. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. Basically, Mrs. Dalloway is the portrait of a single day in a woman's life. However, it says that she is like reminiscing on her past as well. So it kind of melts the future and like her past together. That sounds so good. I think she's preparing for a party. That one sounds really good. Like, I don't even know if I need to read the back of this one. I'm gonna do it anyways, but I think this is our winner because I just read the back of this and I am sold. But I'm gonna read the back of this one real quick and see if I change my mind. Okay, that one sounds really good too, but I think I'm gonna save this one for summer because right away the setting is a summer house off the rocky coast of Scotland. I would love to read this summer though. That sounds really good as well, but I am so excited to read this. Like, I don't know why this is taking me so long to pick this book up. I want to jump into this immediately. That just sounds so intriguing and like I feel like it's right up my alley. Like, I feel like I'm gonna love this book so much. I cannot wait to read this one. Now let's go ahead and move on to the third prompt. A book chosen by the first sentence. Okay, I'm gonna pick a couple again and then read the first sentence and then I will make a decision. I don't know what to pick. Like, I don't know which books to just randomly pick. There's a couple that have really been catching my eye lately. I think I'm gonna pick those and read the first sentence of those books. The three books that have really been catching my eye lately are Alchemized, City of Glass, and Firefly Lane. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the first sentence of each of these books and then see which one I want to choose for this prompt. So the first sentence of Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna is, they used to be called the Firefly Lane Girls. That's it. But I believe this one is about female friendship, and Kristen Hanna just has such a beautiful way of telling stories. I have no doubt that this one is going to be really good. I've also heard really good things about it. And then we have City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is the third book of the Mortal Instrument series, and I've honestly really been wanting to jump back into this series lately. So let's see what the first sentence says and see if it sparks my interest. Okay, the first sentence of City of Glass is, the cold snap of the previous week was over. The sun was shining brightly as Clary hurried across Luke's dusty front yard, the hood of her jacket up to keep her hair from blowing across her face. Okay, sounds like a chaotic start, but also sounds good. I've been really wanting to jump back into this series. I've heard amazing things about like the second half of the series, so that's also a contender. And then last I have Alchemized by Sin-Lin Yu. This book is so heavy. The first sentence of Alchemized is, Helena wondered sometimes if she still had eyes. Huh? What? That's intriguing. What do you mean? Okay, but this book is honestly so big and so heavy. I don't know if this is like what I'm in the mood for right now. I'm in the mood for books that I can just fly through. So I think I'm really gonna choose between City of Glass and Firefly Lane. I feel like I already have like a good mix so far of fiction and romance. I think I might go with City of Glass to kind of add in some fantasy. So I think I'm gonna go with City of Glass because that was such a chaotic beginning as well. Like, that definitely piqued my interest the most out of all three. So I think I'm gonna go with City of Glass for choosing a book by its first sentence. Moving on to the fourth prompt. A 5-star prediction. Okay, low-key, these are like my 5-star predictions right now, if I'm being honest, because these are the books that are catching my attention right now. And I keep going back to them and I keep looking at them and I keep wanting to pick them up. I think this one is definitely going to be a 5-star. Like, the way Kristen Hanna tells a story, it just really sucks you in. And like the idea of Kristen Hanna telling a story about female friendship, that just sounds really good. This one is set in the summer of 1974. Then this one is just so big. I don't know if this one is actually going to be a 5-star because I've heard that the beginning is a little slower and it takes a minute to kind of comprehend what's going on. And for me, a 5-star book is when I am obsessed from the beginning and I love the characters and I like later on think about those characters, like even when I'm done with the book. I may do that with this book. I just have heard that the beginning is a little slower. Let me take a look at my cart and see if I have any other 5-star predictions, but I think it's gonna be between these two books again. I don't know if any of these books on my TBR cart are like giving me 5-star feelings right now. So now I just need to decide if it's gonna be Alchemized or Firefly Lane. This is like the toughest decision I've had to make all year. Like, I know I'm gonna really enjoy this one because of the idea of female friendship, but I've really been wanting to get to this book and see what the hype is about. The back of Alchemized, it says, what is it you're thinking you're protecting in that brain of yours? The war is over, Holdfast is dead, the internal flame extinguished, there's no one left for you to save. Like, that sounds so good. But this one also sounds so good. It's about 2 girls who make a pact to be best friends forever. I don't know which one to choose. This one's giving me more summery spring vibes. This one is a little daunting, but it is just so intriguing. Like, I really want to see what all the hype is about with this book, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Firefly Lane. This book has just fits the vibe a bit more. This one we're also getting like a glimpse of 30 years of their lives. I'm gonna go with Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna for a 5-star prediction. Now let's go ahead and do the last prompt. A book over 500 pages. I feel like that's fair. I got a book under 250 pages. I feel like it was only fair to pull this prompt because it kind of balances it out. So I'm gonna grab a couple of books that are over 500 pages, and again, we'll make a decision from there. Okay, but like, why not? Why not just go with this one? It's like 800 pages to be fair, but definitely an option. Okay, so these are really the only two options that I could find that I'm really in the mood for. But I feel like the option that I'm gonna go with is so obvious. So the two options I have for a book that is over 500 pages is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This is a reread because I listened to the audiobook last year. However, I completely spaced out while I was listening to it and did not retain a single thing that I listened to. So that is option one. And then the second option is, by no surprise, Alchemized by Sin Yu, which I think this one is gonna have to be the winner because I was just fighting for this book for the past 2 prompts. Like, why in the world would I not pick this book given the absolute chance to pick it? It is about 800 pages. I think they're both about 800 pages though. But like I said, this book has just been piquing my interest so bad lately. Like, I need to see what the hype is about, and it just looks so interesting. I also think there's dragons in this one, and I've heard that the ending, or like the second half, is absolutely going to rip my heart out. So I feel like this is the obvious choice to go with for a book that is over 500 pages, given the fact that I was just fighting so hard for it for the last 2 prompts. So I'm gonna go with Alchemized by Sin Yu for a book that is over 500 pages. So real quick, let's go over the 5 books that I picked for my March TBR. The first book I picked was One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. Again, it looks so cute. And then the second one is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I cannot wait to get to this one. And then third one is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I can't wait to jump back into this world and these characters and figure out what the hell is going on. And then the fourth book that I picked was Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I'm honestly expecting this book to be so beautiful. I'm expecting there to be lots of love, heartache, and laughter. I just cannot wait for this book. I love the way that Kristen Hanna tells the story. And then last, of course, I went with Alchemized by Sin Yu. I am so intrigued. That's all I really have to say, is that I am so intrigued. And I also am in need of like a really good fantasy book. So hopefully this one does it for me. But either way, those are the 5 books that I ended up picking for my March TBR. I am so excited. I feel like, again, I have a really good balance between fiction, romance, and fantasy. So I feel like March is also going to be another good reading month. So let me know what is on your TBR for March. Also, comment down below some prompts that I could put in my jar because I am at the very end of my prompts and I need to make more. So comment down below some TBR prompts that I can pull. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!